Rob became a $7 million man at age 27.
AKA Powders. If it's Monday, that means it's Extreme Monday. The celebration of Rob Liefeld and Extreme Studios, everything 90s. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes we go outside of the 90s. Sometimes we go in the other direction, the way of the 80s. But the focus is Rob Liefeld, his career, his collaborators, and his overall contribution, not just to American comics, to the American culture. Now, here's the kicker. I loved, admired, appreciated Rob Liefeld's career for my entire life. AKA Powders. I was there at ground zero the day X-Force #1 dropped. I had to have all of the trading cards. But hey, we're adults now. We can look at things. We can be critical. So it's Rob Liefeld, Extreme Mondays, the good and the bad. Rock and roll. Good morning, AKA Powders. Guys, Rob Liefeld. We're doing regular Rob Liefeld content. Finally! Arcade Comics, do you even know what the hell this is? Before we get into these books, I'm going to flip them over. We're going to leave these here. Because right? We're going to tell a story of Rob Liefeld's publishing arc. So, it really kind of starts with Image Comics. He's, in my view, with Malibu, right? Like, he went into Image just like he had a studio, right? Eric Larson, Jim Valentino, Murat Michaels. I think there was like another couple guys. But he was using his attention from like Marvel Comics and X-Force to do something for him. So like that's really the birth of Image. And we credit Rob Liefeld. We credit this guy for everything with the Image. I believe he still owns, does he own the trademark or, right, gets dividends for the use of the Image Eye? I know he designed it. So Rob Liefeld goes on the sabbatical. He comes back in like a new era, like new coloring, like the inking is just this is phenomenal. This was mind blowing back in the day. But we kind of call this now the Extreme Studios. So Extreme Studios becomes an industry leader in superhero entertainment on American shelves. But he gets into trouble, as Rob Liefeld does, right? And from Image, we get, or from Extreme Studios at that point, we get Maximum Press. And Maximum Press was his slow shift out of Image. So at this point, he had pissed off the Image guys so much. Look, Maximum Press, coming attractions. He's got Extreme Toys. But he's rebranding everything to be Maximum Press. Extreme Studios is no longer. We kind of look at this issue here, Santa the Barbarian, as a transition piece. Because, he does books, War Child. And that's kind of where Maximum Press, first kind of started to have a pulse where Rob Liefeld's doing something, outside of Image, because Image is kind of, restraining him. That was a little bit of that. So, the average person was excited for, the average comic fan was excited for War Child. But you'll see here, to the max, where, Rob Liefeld basically says, we're not leaving Image, we're just doing Maximum. So he goes, check out, Wizard 23. So there's a transition, but the transition really is that everything becomes Maximum Press, okay? So from Maximum Press goes under. And then we get, a truly inspired arc. Pound for pound, Rob Liefeld during Awesome Entertainment was publishing better stuff than Jim Lee, Top Cow, Todd McFarlane. It lasted only a few years. I mean, he does like he gets all this Alan Moore work. Alan Moore does Glory. Alan Moore transforms the entire Extreme universe into an O.J. Simpson trial. Kaboom is just delightful. Like people they still to this day love Kaboom. And then they're just winning endless awards with Alan Moore's Supreme. So like Rob Liefeld, like you kind of want to say with Awesome Entertainment, like all the lessons he learned are coming into fruition with this lineup. But that goes away. And through weird distribution, he does Arcade Comics. But there's an element of Rob Liefeld's publishing that people don't speak of. So they talk about Arcade Comics being the end of Rob Liefeld's publishing. But he moves into, look, we have Glory here. And it's used. Rob Liefeld becomes just, like a dude that gets teams together that produces regular work for Image. So he kind of cycles back to Image, but Image just becomes like an imprint of Rob Liefeld. We have Glory here. Look, Glory's talking with Supreme. So it's all tied to the Extreme universe. During this time, there was a Prophet book that was really good. But he also does Armageddon Now, WWE3. We profiled this on the channel. So he accesses the front office of Image to do like his projects. Here he redraws, gets all of his friends to redo Brigade, which is like a fun exercise. But on the flip side, he's using like the Image company, distribution, the name. And you have to say, during the years that Image was built, Rob Liefeld wasn't there. Okay? That's a really big observation. So, between him, like, using Image just as a distributor imprint, and I'm using imprint very loosely, we had Arcade Comics. And Arcade Comics, well, these were, like, convention exclusive. They were available through Diamond Distribution. But we have Bloodsport here, which is, look at the name, Mark Millar. People forget about this, and Rob Liefeld art. And Rob Liefeld's doing his penciled artwork. And we have Matt Yackley doing the colors. I mean, this is just phenomenal work. We're going to do this as a separate video, okay? Bloodsport is somewhat of a complete, like, deconstruction, and it's an idea of like the true final story arc of Youngblood, and it really doesn't get past issue 1. There's a Brigade book, but then we have Youngblood Genesis, and I thought we had a Brigade ad here. I think it might be in Genesis too. But look, we get Kurt Busiek, one of the really the all-time greats, and he does this like slow roll origin. This is almost like a little bit what they were teasing with Youngblood Year 1, the Jim Shooter stuff. But they get 2 issues out of the gate for this. So I want to bring this to you guys. And then look, we get Brigade. So Brigade comes by. I think Brigade it says Brandon Thomas, Marat Michaels, but I think Brigade is Robert Kirkman. But Brigade gets 1 or 2 issues. So there's really like 2 issues of Genesis, 1 issue of Bloodsport, and please correct me. I don't know, because here they tease Bloodsport issue 2, where Shaft kills Photon. Like he kills Photon here. And I don't know if issue 2 came up, but I know we have 2 issues of Genesis, and we have like some Brigade stuff. But this is really like the last true run that Rob Liefeld had, like moving in American comics, being around American comics. And he kind of like, I think he's been struggling. Like this is also from 2003. I think Rob Liefeld, to get back to some of the excitement from like this stuff. Like, cause there was so much good faith, he could just keep leaving companies, creating new companies, and new collaborators, old collaborators. There was a lot of good faith with these books here, and that good faith erodes. And what's left by the time Arcade Comics happens, it comes and goes, and it's only a few issues, and that's it. We're going to detail the Arcade Comics Rob Liefeld era, if you want to call it. I call it, it's more like a speed bump. We're going to be doing some of that on this channel, so be on the lookout. We're going to start with Youngblood, Bloodsport, issue 1. These, I think, on eBay are up there. I was like dollar diving with my buddy Mark, and like, thank God, he got these, and I'm like, I really need those, and he gave those up so I could buy them for $1. So I thank my buddy Mark. We talk about him a lot on this channel. From All Struck Podcast, look him up. There's also a hype video for that coming, if it's not already out there. So guys, yeah, Rob Liefeld, Arcade Comics.